A very pleasant morning to you all, and thanks for joining us. I am Chukwebuka Ike, your anchor for this morning program. And with me in the studio is my co-anchor,
Charles Philip Wakalam. Good morning, viewers, and good morning, Ebuka. Good to be here always.
Charles. All right, joining us virtually from UK is Mr. Olawale Oyeni. He is a sports journalist. Just please remember that you can join the conversation by calling the number on your screen or sending your comment via various social media platforms. Good morning, Wale.
Morning for having me. It's great to come on the show this morning.
Thank you very much. Viewers, please remember that you can still share your views and comments on the stories we're discussing this morning. But we'll pause here and go for a short break. And when we come back, we'll dive into the sport world. Please stay tuned.
Canoe set for their race at the African Canoe Sprint Championships. Canoeists from 15 countries converged on Nigeria's capital Abuja for the contest. The competition is also an Olympic qualifier, hosted for the first time in Nigeria and West Africa.
The host, Nigeria, is doing a really good and professional job to provide a stage for best athletes from Africa. It is an important political sign within the continent in Africa that we are going also in new areas where we never been before, like here, it's part of West Africa, Nigeria. And that should encourage other federations around here also to increase activities in our sport, and definitely it's a milestone here for our sport.
The International Canoe Federation in July cleared Nigeria to host the Paris 2024 Olympic qualifying tournaments. The athletes are competing in various categories for canoe and kayak events. It features the 501-kilometer races for men and women in singles, doubles and mixed double categories.
The focus of the athletes here is to get a ticket to the Olympics in France next year. The participating countries are taking part in 18 races to get 8 of the qualifier tickets that have been allocated.
Some of them say the competition is fierce, but are looking forward to taking medals for their country.
I competed for C2 500 meter, which is an Olympic event, and we qualified. If there are coaches that stand by me and trained me, I believe I'm coming back with something. I believe I'm going to make the nation proud.
It's a little bit challenging because there are a lot of best athletes. I want to win, but only God knows my position on the water.
My experience has been really good. It's been very informational and knowledgeable as well, as this is my first African Champs. I'm extremely excited that we took a ticket here, yes.
Officials of the International Canoe Federation say they are happy with the Games and are hoping that this would lead to more sports development in Africa.
I think Africa is a sleeping giant in sport, especially in our sport, has so many opportunities, and we have so many dedicated stakeholders for our sport that I'm convinced that we can develop our sport, canoeing in Africa, to one of the most popular sports in the future.
Winners who emerge from this continental water will be heading to Paris in July 2024 to face each other and more competitors at the Olympics. Ajak Mangut, CGTN, Abuja.
Welcome back from that break. The video you just watched was that of canoe qualifications, Olympic qualifications 2024 in Nigeria here, in Abuja right here. And 2 Nigerians, Ayomide Bello Poi and Otuedo Beauty, combined well to pick automatic tickets for that Summer Olympics. Okay, Ebuka, you saw the video. What do you make of the qualifiers? And I need to mention something, Ebuka. Did you see the environment
I don't want to talk about the environment because it's actually it was hosted by my own country.
In Abuja here.
Abuja, in my own state, where I'm currently living. So I really don't want to talk about it because it doesn't say well about us.
I mean, Nigeria hosted such an event, and much was not known about it.
Exactly. We in Abuja, I'm not even aware that such program was supposed to hold. There was very low kind of publicity about the program. I don't know, maybe because of they don't want security issues rising up from one place or the other, or people crowding the whole venue.
I don't think that is the issue. Ibka, do you know? Let me shock you. Some of the things we heard from the athletes, they camped and prepared for the event for just about 3 days, while others were camping for months. And do you know that these athletes reported that as at that event they were not yet paid? I don't know about now, but as at that during the event they were not paid yet. So I sometimes I wonder at the level of preparedness for some of these games. You know, even though we put so much attention to football and what have you, but some of these other games are equally important and are equally good for the youths of Nigeria to thrive in.
And it's not like we don't have the playing ground. We have the available playing ground.
Exactly.
But it's just that the policies and the mindset of those in authority have not really gone towards that angle to fully utilize what we have. Although we must first of all, we must appreciate Nigeria for being a good host. We hosted the events.
Well, we're a good host. Did you see the environment?
No,
you see the lake?
Let's just appreciate them for trying their best to host the activity, because it's one thing to call for an event and it's one thing to be able to give people a venue and all those things, and let's applaud them for the little that they've done.
It's all right.
I don't know if Wale has something to say about it. Maybe we can also hear from Wale, who is a sports analyst. Mr. Wale, what do you have to say about the activity, the para-canoe qualifiers in Abuja 3 days ago, or 3 days ago? Yeah?
Of course, this was the first time that Nigeria will be hosting the Olympic qualifiers for the canoe and rowing federation. Of course, that federation has been, doing a lot when it comes to, developing athletes for Nigeria. Of course, that federation has won a lot of medals in the African scene. I know Ayomide, personally, she has been one of the athletes that's been very, very consistent for the country over the years. She has won a lot of, national, titles, African titles. She represented Nigeria at the last, Olympics, and this time around also she'll be representing Nigeria the 2024 Olympics in France, and it's just so sad at this point in time that we don't have, investors in sport in Nigeria in this era where we have, same level with what is actually obtainable in other countries. Of course, a competition like this, we should have, sponsors running towards the federation to see how they can actually sponsor them, and it also showcase the brand, to the rest of the world. Of course, we have a lot of countries that actually participated in this, a particular competition. It is supposed to be a good avenue for those sponsors to secure themselves to the rest of the world, but it is what it is at this point in time. There's a lot we have to do when it comes to sport business in Nigeria. It's not so how it is done in and the rest part of the world. Of course, such opportunities like that. I saw, the venue that was used, it was not properly cleared. We should have the federation, getting to clear that venue to ensure that the place is neat. And also talking about branding, we should have branded, the venue,
with sponsors, logo, and also
to attract, more sponsors going forward. But at this point in time, it is what it is. we have actually, made a statement in the canoeing and rowing, scene when it comes to the Olympics. Hopefully, we get our athletes prepared for the 2024 Olympics, and we should ensure that the sports ministry ensure that preparation starts now. The two athletes that have qualified should ensure that proper camping should be given to them, and to ensure that they get ready for the games. We should not actually get to embark on fire brigade approach anytime competition is coming. We get to put them in camp just 2 days, and also for athletes, welfare packages. We just have to improve on that as well. Of course, we should not be hearing in the news media that have not been paid, their bonuses and all that. So the federation being led by an experienced and retired, Marshall, if I'm not mistaken, in that in particular one. So I feel we should actually give our athletes all the support they need for them to produce, product finish, going forward.
Okay, well, let me even ask, you've been in this sports business for a while now. What does it take to get sponsors? And why has it been hard for Nigeria in sporting events generally, not just this particular one, sporting events, even in our football, it's usually hard to get sponsors. Why do you think it is that way?
Of course, it all actually boils down to the economy. The economy is not booming. There's no how I don't know how sponsors will want to take our funds, to support, our team. So if we have like a good economy, tax is not being on the high side, basic amenities is being provided. You agree with me that a lot of companies in Nigeria are running diesel for 24 hours just to ensure that they keep operating. And a huge sum of amount actually going into you buying diesel and buying fuel to run your business. So I feel if we can have basic amenities, if there's economic boom, of course, more company will want to actually support sport development and also want to showcase that product side by side. It is not easy for you to run a company at this point in time. You need to pay worker salary. You need to buy a lot of things to keep running your business. So for sport business to thrive, of course, the media also have a large role, to play in that particular one. Of course, able to showcase, the talent of our athletes as well, and also to project the game in good light. And those are those few things that will actually drive, a sport business. Those are those things will drive investors for them to actually come to sponsor, because any organization that wants to sponsor a particular event, they want to actually get value for money. So in terms of the competitiveness between the athletes must be a game, and also the organization from the sporting federation must be top notch. Of course, if those things have been put in place, we should have sponsors getting to run to sport federation in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, viewers, let me read out some sports headlines that we have from the Punch Sports. We have this boldly written as a lead story: Eagles don't need you. Nigerian fans reply Musimane after South African coach's comment. Okay, below that, 2024 BAO teams confirmed, talking about the Basketball Africa League. And let me just mention the teams. They include champions of Angola, that is Petro de Luanda, then the champions of Egypt, Al Ali SC, champions of Nigeria, Rivers Hoopers, Senegal, AS Douanes, Rwanda, APR, and Tunisia, US Monastir. They are the 6 teams for the Basketball Africa League teams. Okay, going forward, the Enyimba slump against Remo Stars in Aba. The People's Elephant slumping to defeat there to Remo Stars. All right, Ronaldo sued over crypto endorsements. Maino emergence pushes Casemiro exits. Emery could have won EPL for Arsenal. Wilder opens up on collapsed Joshua fight. Alisson and Jota injuries blow for Reds. That's ahead of Liverpool and last game. Devils walk tightrope after horrific draw. Talking about Galatasaray and Man U 3-3 draw. Then Pesero to NFF. Pay me, don't teach me my job. Wow. Applauds for Chukwueze after maiden Milan goal. It was a wonderful goal. And finally here on Sponge Sports Extra, Osimhen ideal for Madrid, says Zola. Osimhen ideal for Madrid, says Zola. Okay, and that's that for the Punch Sports. Because you have some other sports stories before we react. There are some of the results of yesterday games in the Champions League. Galatasaray 3, Man U 3, Sevilla 2, PSV 3, Bayern 0, Copenhagen 0, Arsenal 6, Lens 0, Real Madrid 4, and Napoli 2. Braga 1, Union Berlin 1, Benfica 3, Inter Milan 3, Real Sociedad 0, Salzburg 0. Those are the results we had yesterday from the Champions League. Ebka, why are people on the neck of Manchester United for drawing 3-3 to Galatasaray in the home of Galatasaray? Why?
You know what? Most people have very high expectations, and forgetting the fact that football is a game of, as in nobody has football.
Yes, it's anybody's game. It can go either way.
Yes, so even the strongest team can lose to the poorest team, to the weakest team.
Yeah, see, Bayern couldn't beat Copenhagen yesterday.
Yes.
A
whole almighty Bayern that you know, with
that likes to score goals.
Exactly. Over the years, we have histories of when Lewandowski was there, and all those Gomez and Muller and all those.
Yes.
So we know them of very high quality, and it's so sad that they couldn't even net one goal. And then talking about Man U, we know that Man U has been struggling over the past few weeks, trying to replace their goalkeeper.
Yes.
So, and Onana has been struggling also to fit into the huge shoe the girl left behind. So you see, he conceived I think 2 goals from a set piece.
Just same kind of goal. Yeah, same kind of goal.
I think Man U still have a lot to be thankful for, that they were able to qualify for the Champions League. But I see them crashing out soon, because they are at the bottom. Currently, it stands on the
Champions League.
Yeah, on Group A, they are at the bottom with just 4 points.
Even though it's still a bit open, that group is still open.
Mm-hmm. But I doubt their qualification with their last match against Bayern. Bayern, they are up their 6th game against Bayern, and
Bayern couldn't beat Copenhagen. Don't you think Man U can cause an upset?
Football is a game of luck, my brother.
And a game of tactics.
And a game of tactics.
Yes.
And strength also, because strength comes to play. I don't think you should be comparing Man United and Copenhagen. Yeah, because
Copenhagen is actually a good team.
Yes.
Very good team.
Yes. Yeah. So
and Man U is also a very good team. Man U is currently 6th at the league table, Premier League table.
Yes.
They are 6th on the log. So I think they are still doing well compared to others. They are above Newcastle.
So. And Chelsea also is behind them. They are above Chelsea.
Chelsea is way behind them.
Way behind them.
So So I think we should cut Man U some slack. They went to the home of Galatasaray. I don't think I don't think the fans should expect that the Man U team would beat the Galatasaray team that had with Zaha, the likes of Ziyech and others. So you expect to beat them hands down without them giving a fight? No. Apart from the goalkeeper error from Onana, maybe they would have run out winners on that one.
Comparing Man U to Copenhagen, I hope you remember that Man U lost when they visited Copenhagen on their match day 4. They had to struggle with a red card, and then at the end of the day they lost. And comparing their last few matches that they've played, they won their league match against Everton and Luton Town. That's their last 2 games, but we can also see that Man U hasn't done badly this season. Aside from
they haven't done very badly, just that there is high hopes, high expectation from the fans, not just the fans, from even the players themselves, and a lot of pressure on the coach right now. But away from Man U, I want to give some flowers to someone who deserves it. Erling Haaland becomes fastest player to score 40 Champions League goals. After 35 games. He also broke Kylian Mbappe's record to become the youngest player to reach 40 UEFA Champions League goals. He's aged 23 years and 130 days, and is the fastest player to reach 50 Bundesliga goals, fastest player to reach 50 Premier League goals, fastest player to reach 40 Champions League goals. No record is safe from Erling Haaland.
Exactly.
He's out to break everything breakable. He's very out to break everything. And sorry, before you comment, fewest games to reach 40 goals. Erling Haaland did it at 35 games. Ruud van Nistelrooy did it at 45 games. Kylian Mbappe 59, Lionel Messi 61, Robert Lewandowski 61. Then Erling Haaland is 100 UEFA Champions League goals away from tying Ronaldo's all-time scoring record in the UCL. He's only 23 years. Ibuka, when is he going to stop?
That young man is a star. He's a star.
He's so unreal. He's so unreal.
He's so hungry for goals.
Very hungry.
His performance on the pitch,
and he has everything working for him.
Exactly. And
very good team. He has the stature. He has everything. He has all working for him. If you go for duels, area duels, he will win it.
He wins. He wins almost every of the duel. Well, kudos to the leader of the team. That's Pep Guardiola. He has a good track record. And,
yes.
There's not been any team that has been under his coaching power that has done badly. We see the likes of when he moved from Barcelona and to Bayern and down to Man City, and in fact he's doing very well. So we also, I think Haaland is up for the Ballon d'Or for, I think, the next year's own. I don't know how the French side is going to rule out on their criteria this year, but I think he's the best person for the Ballon d'Or award. And so kudos also to the Man City side for coming from behind again to win their last Champions League game against RP.
But you know, again, there's going to be Euro. I'm talking about Erling Haaland. There's going to be Euro 2024. And if his country does not qualify, that's going to dent his chances because they are yet to qualify.
My brother, you see, there were a period when Messi did not perform well at the other competitions, but he still came out as the winner of the Ballon d'Or.
Really? I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Those favors has always gone for to Messi. has always gone to Messi. Well, let's hear from Wale. Wale, what do you think from the results we had yesterday, and of course Erling Haaland records, and also to mention Arsenal. Arsenal ran out 6-0 winners yesterday against Lens. And Bukayo Saka already has 7 goals contributions in just 5 games, more than anyone else in Champions League this season. What do you make of all of this?
Of course, it was a very dramatic match day 5 in the Champions League. It started right on Tuesday. Well, we see no big results. Manchester City was on parade. They were down 2-0. They came back to win that game 3-2. What an impressive performance from Haaland at this point in time cannot stop scoring. I don't see any team who can stop him from scoring at this point in time. Of course, what a great having to break record, scoring goals at will, getting to break records just at the age of 23. It shows you that when it comes to the future of football, after the exit of Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, the football is in same hands with the likes of Haaland, Mbappe, Bukayo Saka and the rest. So, very, congratulations to Haaland, going forward. Of course, we saw, high point of the weekend. High point of the week was the game at Turkey, where Manchester United could not hold their own after they were 3-1 up in that particular game. Expected, Manchester United to seal up the middle of the park, because both team actually, their midfield actually collapsed. When Amrabat was actually removed by Ten Hag, and he brought in the young lad, I felt Manchester United midfield collapsed at that particular point. Manchester United could have done a lot of game management to keep Galatasaray at bay. Most of the goals I will not blame Onana. I will only blame Onana for the last goal, because the first 2 free kick, he was not actually seeing the ball. The opponent players were actually blocking him, so his vision was not on the ball, and when your vision is not on the ball, of course you're bound to make mistakes. So I wouldn't really want to blame him for that goal. I'll blame the defense for not actually keeping that defense tight up, and for at this point in time for Manchester United, can I say it's done and dusted? But we can't say it's done and dusted. It's a game of football. Anything can happen.
Entirely.
They can come.
That's what I think
can
too.
come to Old Trafford and they get to defeat them. And of course, maybe Galatasaray and Copenhagen get to play a draw, and Manchester United will qualify to the Champions League. Just to let you know, Norway didn't qualify for the Euros, so Haaland will not be going for Euros. There's no how they were going to qualify for the Euros 2024. And also Arsenal getting to get back to revenge against Lens after the first leg, disappointing defeat for Arsenal. Getting to beat them 6-0. What a remarkable and dramatic finish we had yesterday at the Emirates Stadium. Napoli getting to be beaten away at Real Madrid. We thought they will actually get to draw that particular game, but that didn't get to happen. But by and large, interesting. It will be a photo finish in the last day of the Champions League. We hope to see so many teams getting to be knocked down, so many big names getting to be knocked out of the competition. So many big names might just not get to make the Europa League. Talking at the likes of Sevilla, they're in the bottom of the group with Arsenal at this point in time. Sevilla, one of the most successful teams in the history of the Europa League. They might just not get to qualify for the Europa League at the end of the match day 6 in the Champions League.
All right, thank you. Before we go over to the weekend futures, let's look at some futures for today. That's a Europa
Cup.
Europa League. Yeah. So we have some futures here. We have Liverpool against LSK. We have Marcel against Ayas. That's today by 9 p.m. and we have a few others. But before we talk about the weekend futures, what's your pick on the matches for today, Wally?
Of course, the peak match of today for me will have to be Marcel against Ajax. That is the biggest match of the day because we know both sides are very very good. And when you look at the first leg, the both team played a 3-3 draw in that particular one right there in a whole lot. So it will be like a finish when it comes to the game later this evening in France. And we know the French fans are very, very aggressive. We saw what they did against, saw what they did against, the Newcastle fans in that particular one. So it is going to be a battle on the field of play. Of course, the pendulum can actually switch to any side. And when you look at the table for both teams in that particular one is not actually looking good for Ajax. Ajax are actually sitting on the bottom of the table with 2 points. So it is a must win for Ajax. If not, they will be bundled out of the Europa League. And Marcel, who has 8 points in that particular one, are comfortable putting one foot in the next one. Of course, it's going to be a cracker. Liverpool, of course, should back to wins after they were defeated in their last match against that losing that particular one. So, by and large, we should get to hope for interesting games in Europa. Don't forget things like Brighton, West Ham will also be standing in contention in that particular one this evening. I will hope that they get the result they need for them to qualify. I will hope that our players playing in the Conference League and in the Europa League later tonight and they get to put on an impressive performance, and we want to get them to see them score goal so that there will be a huge competition ahead of the AFCON 2024 right in Africa.
So, Wale, I know we're out of time. I just want him to react to the PSG Newcastle game, particularly that 9-minute decision to award PSG penalty. And at the end of the day, the VAR team have been penalized because of the decision. The decision is said to be a wrong decision because the ball came off Tino Livramento's chest first before touching his body. What do you make of the whole saga?
It's just so sad at this point in time for Newcastle fans. It was a dubious penalty. It was a wrong call from the referee. It's just so sad at this point in time. The referee was actually not called to go to check the VAR, and he checked it and awarded that penalty. It's just so sad for Newcastle at this point in time, and because of that singular act, Newcastle might get to lose millions of pounds due to the fact that they're the ones sitting at the bottom of the table in that particular group. If they could have won that game, they could have been in the second spot, hoping to qualify with Borussia Dortmund in that particular one. But that singular act ensured that they sit right in bottom of the group. That will not just be a good one, for Newcastle going forward. I feel the referee should be penalized in this particular.
Well, shouldn't we get to the point? Can you hear me? Shouldn't we get to a point where if you're penalizing decisions like this, then the points should be taken away? Because for this situation, it means PSG never really got the points. It's not their points to have. So shouldn't the points be taken away for them and the winning be awarded to Newcastle?
Going forward, I feel like UEFA and FIFA I can just get to sit down to have a roundtable discussion on the future of football and this kind of result. Of course, we're expecting referees to be professionals at this point in time. Points cannot be awarded to teams just like that after 90 minutes. They might actually get a replay, but I've not seen that happen, in recent time where a match is being replayed after a wrong decision. We've seen that in the Premier League. We've seen that against Liverpool, Tottenham. Of course, Arsenal fans are saying it's a payback time for what Newcastle did to them right there at St. James back in the Premier League. How a goal was awarded to them, which should have been an offside call and also a free kick to Arsenal. But at this point in time, I feel maybe FIFA will actually get to see it to ensure that they're charting way forward for such results. But I feel this error should have not been. This error should have been, put to bed on the field. Referee should not have blown the penalty, and PSG should not have actually won that particular match. But it's just so sad that Newcastle are finding themselves in this, particular situation.
All right, thank you so much, Wale. Congratulations to teams like Arsenal, Manchester City at their outing at the Champions League. We look forward to a good outing also this weekend as Arsenal battles against Wolves, Newcastle battles against Man United, and Man City against Tottenham. All right, so that's much we can take this morning. Thank you, Mr. Wale, for being part of our show this morning and always answering us whenever we call you. Thank you so much. Charles, thank you.
Yes. It's a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. I think the sports world should get to that point where justice is really done. If you're penalizing a mistake, then it should be holistic. Yes, right. That's
Thank you. Thank you so much, viewers, for letting us share a part of your morning. And as we remember the victims of chemical warfare, let us reaffirm our commitment to a world where the power of humanity triumphs over the destructive forces of war. Through remembrance, we cultivate hope for a future filled with peace, healing, and justice. Let us remember and honor those whose lives were affected by the horrors of chemical warfare. May their stories inspire us to work tirelessly towards a world free from such atrocities, where peace and compassion prevails. We've come to the end of today's edition of Now Streaming on ACNNTV. Permit me to draw the curtain here until we meet again tomorrow. Same time, same station. I am Chuku Ebuka Ike, and bye for now.